Imagine this. You're almost 4 kilometers above the ground, standing at the open door of an airplane, a parachute strapped to your back. Your heart's pounding so hard it feels like it's trying to bail out before you do. The world below looks stunning. Blue sky, white clouds, tiny patchwork fields. 3, 2, 1. You leap. Instantly, the wind roars past your ears. Within seconds, you're falling at 50 miles per hour, accelerating faster and faster. After about half a minute, you've dropped thousands of feet. You reach for the cord, pull it, and nothing happens. No parachute. You've got maybe a minute before you hit the ground. What do? First off, skydiving isn't nearly as deadly as Hollywood makes it look. According to the US Parachute Association, there's about 1 malfunction for every 1,000 jumps. That sounds rare until you remember there are roughly 3 million jumps a year. So yeah, it happens. But a malfunction doesn't always mean death. Most jumps use a backup chute, and trained skydivers can fix minor tangles mid-air. In fact, statistically, you're more likely to die in a car crash than from skydiving, unless you jump a lot. Still, today's scenario is the nightmare version. Both parachutes fail. You're falling, fast, with no plan B. When you're free falling, 2 main forces are at play. Gravity is pulling you down and air resistance, drag, is pushing up against you. As you speed up, drag increases until eventually it balances gravity. That's when you stop accelerating and fall at a constant speed. Your terminal velocity. For a typical human in a belly down position, that's about 120 miles per hour, 200 km/h. If you dive head first, you slice through the air like a dart and can hit 200 millithrusts or more. So let's not do that. Your best move? Spread out. Extend your arms and legs wide like an X. That increases your surface area and drag, cutting your fall speed almost in half. You might drop at 100 km/h instead of 200. It's not cozy, but it's the difference between pancake and maybe broken but breathing. Even without a chute, you can slightly control your direction. If you pull your arms in on one side and push with your legs, you can track horizontally, gliding a little instead of dropping straight down. A pro skydiver can move at about 60-70 mph sideways. You won't cover miles, but it's enough to aim for a better landing spot. And trust me, where you land matters more than anything. Your instincts might say, head for the lake, it'll be softer. Nope, that's a fast track to the afterlife. Water doesn't compress. At 100 km/h, hitting water is like slamming into concrete. Even a 50-foot cliff dive can break bones. Imagine doing that from 2 miles up. And if you somehow survive the impact, you'll likely black out and drown. So rule number 1, avoid water. Instead, you want something that absorbs impact, something that gives way. Your top 3 choices: swamps or mud, deep snow, trees. All of these compress when you hit them, stretching out the time it takes to stop. And that's key. The longer it takes for your speed to go from 100 km/h to 0, the smaller the forces on your body. That's why car bumpers crumple. They sacrifice metal to save lives. In this case, you're hoping branches or snow crumple for you. If none of those are around, aim for rooftops, buses, or anything big and bendy that might deform under impact. Concrete, asphalt, and hard-packed dirt are your worst enemies. They don't give, so you do. Okay, you've slowed your fall and picked your target. Now what? At the very last moment, point your feet down and tuck your head in. Protect your skull at all costs. Cross your arms behind your neck if you can. You're basically turning your legs and spine into a crumple zone. They'll absorb energy by breaking. Yes, it'll hurt like hell, but broken legs are better than a broken neck. When you hit, if you're still conscious, roll. It sounds ridiculous, but rolling spreads the force over time, just like athletes do when they fall. It can be the difference between every bone shattered and some bones shattered. If you're lucky enough to survive the landing, you won't feel lucky. You'll probably have multiple fractures, internal bleeding, maybe spinal trauma, but you'll also be alive. And now, every second counts. If you can move, find help, or signal for rescue. The faster you reach medical care, the better your odds. What's amazing is that a few people have actually survived falls like this, tens of thousands of feet, no parachute. Usually it's a mix of luck, physics, and landing in exactly the right spot. The key lessons? Spread out to slow down. Aim for something that gives. Protect your head and roll with the impact. You can't beat gravity, but you might just negotiate with it. So next time life throws you out of a metaphorical airplane, remember, You can't control the fall, but you can control how you land. If you enjoyed this mix of science, survival, and mild existential dread, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with someone who loves physics or just wants to feel better about keeping their feet on the ground. Stay curious, stay safe, and maybe, just maybe, stay in the plane.